there is a very, oh dear, my connection is lost. My little warning sign went up. My little warning sign went up and said we lost connection. So now I'm constantly having to figure out what is going on with my connection. It's just rainy today, and so that might be the problem. So I'm very, very sorry if we keep getting disconnected, but we're going to continue forward with reading what the Catechism tells us, which is the authoritative place where um, Adventists need to go, and this is where they're going to they need to go to the Catechism to prove what they're trying to say. And we will find out if Adventists will go to the Catechism, they will find out that much of what they teach about the Catholic Church is wrong. That doesn't mean all of it. We do have our differences, and that's okay. We need to talk about the differences. But what is a complete waste of our time is to argue about things that we don't disagree with, but we use different words. We it's like we are all spokes. Let's just say each denomination is a spoke on the wheel, and Christ is the center. And we're each looking at this from a slightly different viewpoint. And I think people, as well as churches, do that. And so some people can just use verbiage that is coming from a different angle. And it freaks us out. Don't use that or verbiage because it triggers you for some reason. And so therefore, we've got to get past that and trust each other. We love Christ. We are passionate about serving him. We have found truth in a very different uh, spot than what you have, and a lot of it is a difference of worldview. And those words in different worldviews have different meanings. And so Adventists are coming when Adventists use things like the word the Sabbath, they have a very different context to that word than Catholics do. And so a lot of times there is great misunderstanding between Catholics and Adventists about the word Sabbath. So the best thing to do is go to the source, and the Catechism is going to try to explain it again. Sometimes you still need an interpreter as to what words mean. Okay, so let's go to section 757 in the Catechism. If you want to just type that in, Catechism of the Catholic Church, and you should be able to get one online for free. And you can go follow along with us as we just to make sure I'm saying what is the right thing. Okay. The church further, which is called that Jerusalem which is above. Oops, sorry. I'm so sorry. I did that last time. We're going to start at 758. It's the section number 2 that says the church's origin, foundation, and mission. We begin our investigation of the church's mystery by meditating on her origin in the Holy Trinity's plan and her progressive realization in history. A plan born in the Father's heart. 759. The eternal Father, in accordance with the utterly gratuitous and mysterious design of his wisdom and goodness, created the whole universe and chose to raise up men to share his own divine life, to which he calls all men in his Son. All men are called by the Father. The Father determined to call together in his holy church those who should believe in Christ. This family of God is gradually formed and takes shape during the stages of human history in keeping with the Father's plan. In fact, already present in figure at the beginning of the world, this church was prepared in marvelous fashion in the history of the people of Israel and the old alliance. Established in this last age of the world and made manifest in the outpouring of the Spirit, it will be brought to glorious completion at the end of time. The church foreshadowed from the world's beginning. 760. Christians of the first century said the world was created for the sake of the church. Listen to this is what they were saying in the first centuries. The world was created for the sake of the church. God created the world for the sake of communion with his divine life, a communion brought about by the convocation of men in Christ. And this convocation is the church. The church is the goal of all things. And God permitted such painful upheaval as the angels' fall and man's sin only as occasions and means for displaying all the power of his arm and the whole measure of the love he wanted to give the world. If anybody asks, why did God allow so much pain? And it is because even though as painful as this is great suffering, he has allowed sin as an occasion and means for displaying all the power we could not receive and know God's love for us if he didn't allow. Okay, the last sentence of this section is just as God's will is creation and is called the world, so his intention is the salvation